This is what we're making today, Beef Katsudon. First, we're going to make dashi. In a liter of water, we're going to submerge 2 ounces of kombu and 2 pieces of dried shiitake mushrooms. We're going to simmer this for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to pull out our kombu and shiitake, but don't discard them, you can use them later for miso soup. And there's definitely going to be leftover dashi after this, so you can use that as a base for your miso soup. Anyways, once you've fished out the kombu and shiitake, we're going to add in 1 cup of bonito flakes. We're going to steep the bonito flakes in the water for about 2 minutes with only using the residual heat, and then we're going to drain it. Once drained, our dashi is complete. And knowing how to make a dashi opens up a variety of new dishes that you can make in Japanese cuisine. Next, we're going to cut up half an onion. We're going to use these onions to make an oyakodon without the chicken. In true Yukihira style, we're fusing dishes to make a new dish. In this case, we're fusing oyakodon and katsudon into one dish. Next, we're going to season our beef with salt and pepper. While I rub my meat, this is where I remind you to smash that like button and hit the notification bells for new videos. And if you really like what you see, hit the subscribe button. It's the bottom right of your screen. Once we've seasoned every inch of this beef, we're going to get ready for breading. First, our seasoned beef will go into the flour. Once well coated, it will now go into the egg wash. And finally into the panko. Make sure all sides is well covered. Now let's get it ready for frying. In a pan of any sort, cast iron or not, we're going to add in fresh new oil. For this frying method, we're going to use Soma's frying technique. We're going to submerge our breaded beef into cold oil. Once the protein's been submerged, we're going to turn up the heat to max. Now, you guys gotta understand, this goes against everything I've been taught in culinary school. We were taught that if the oil was not hot enough, the breaded item will end up absorbing the oil, causing the product to be super oily. But that was not the case at all. In fact, this breaded steak ended up light and crispy. Anyways, back to the actual cooking. From the moment I submerged the meat in the cold oil, about 6 minutes has passed to this point. We're gonna cook this meat to a nice medium rare, just like what it did in the anime. This dish took about 8 minutes to make. Once the crust has achieved a nice golden brown color, we're gonna put it aside. We're gonna let this rest for about 15 minutes. Next, we're gonna make the oyakodon without the chicken. In a cup of dashi, we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of mirin, a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of sake, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. We're going to give this a little mix, and now it's time to make the oyakodon. In a pan, we're going to put in our mixture. We're going to put in about 1 cup. Then we're going to add in half an onion. We're going to give it a little mix to ensure that the onion is submerged. We're going to turn up the heat and bring this to a simmer. We're going to simmer the onions for about 10 minutes so that it goes soft. After 10 minutes of simmering, we're going to bring this to a boil and add in 2 eggs. We're going to turn this mixture down to a low simmer and then lid it. We're going to cook this under a lid for 1 minute. While the oyakodon is cooking, we're going to cut up our steak. We're looking for the same color the anime did, which is a medium rare, and this is pretty spot on to what the anime did. Now let's cut it all up. After 15 minutes of resting, the crust is not soggy, it's actually still crispy, and as you can see, it's not oily. After 1 minute, this is our oyakodon without the chicken. Now let's plate up. This is reality, and this is anime. Time to eat! First, let's take a bite of that perfect ChefMar right in the middle. It's crispy, it's juicy, but my one complaint is this cut of meat is way too thick to just use chopsticks. I think it would have been better if this meat was cut thinner, because trying to bite a steak like that is just too much. But for the actual flavor, I mean, it's delicious. You have an Oyakodon with a beef cutlet right on top of it. What can go wrong with that? The egg was well seasoned, the onions are sweet. I mean, it's an overall delicious dish. Anyways, if you guys like what you see, hit the like button. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I should cook next, please post in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.